Yeah, making a video since I happen to be here, sort of in the mood. Talk some more. So anyway, at the end of Anta Kantavad's video, or somewhere in there anyway, and he did make a video exclusively on the subject of being a nerd, or being just one guy talking on the internet. That's the thing, right? In a sense, it should be about what people are talking on the internet. The process of philosophy, of speaking your opinions, should be taken as seriously as any other process of discovery. It should be treated like a science. And I think it would be good for scientists to engage in conversation about their discipline, to talk about it. I guess it's hard to make that publicly entertaining just because a lot of sciences have special language, code. But I think somebody could translate for the layman. But this is so unfruitful in this do it in this unaccountable, sloppy kind of manner. Like there's no obligation to stay on the subject or to be responsive to the plain critiques, or to avoid doing things like Pyrrho, which are, yes, I tend to see your point, and then, then the very next day piss all over that point in a sloppy manner, not in a, I discovered some argument against it. No, I'm just going to ignore it now. I'll concede defeat when I have to, but as soon as I can escape that obligation of saying you win, I'll keep on saying the same crap all over again. This sort of relates to, I've been watching some of those Magic Sandwich Show characters, Thunderfoot and Corcorance and D.P.R. Jones, doing some talking about the whole trolling thing, which is part of the True Puka, Peasy, Meyer, whatever. And how does this elevate? I mean, this Concordance guy, who basically just makes fifth grade science videos, who doesn't say anything challenging. He doesn't have any problem with trolls. With all the silly nonsense banter that people contribute on subjects, as if they didn't even watch the video. And what's the point of always reducing the argument? It's like taking college courses and having them always be reduced to something a fourth grader could understand. Always having to go back to step A. The argument from you're an ugly fuck. Yeah, that's sort of useless. You gotta do better than that. So, and then Kantavad made this implication in his last video. He did a whatever it was, some sort of, vague impression of me. Painted this sloppy finger painting picture of me, like I'm some bearded, Islamic fanatic, to the wind or something. Yeah, afraid not. And even if I am a intolerant, decisive, even a personally unpleasant person, it still doesn't undo the other 95 or 98% of my videos where I'm just doing this, where I'm talking and arguing and defending points of view that I think are undeniably, in a rational context, where the evidence points. This is the evidence, and this is where it points. And that's what these videos do. And I only come out hostile when it's necessary to preserve the foundation for argument. I'm not going to have an argument in the context of I shall slander you, and make you argue from a negative position, such as having a negative philosophy is a symptom of depression. When 999 times out of 100, it's exactly the opposite. Philosophy causes perception. The truth can be decidedly unpleasant, and people don't want to. When people realize the truth, I won't be a supermodel, or whatever they're after, and it sucks, and they say, shit, why am I playing this game the hard way? Why don't I just die and start over, right? And have a do-over, right? If everything's going bad, when you're a kid and you're playing a board game, and everything was going bad, sometimes you would contrive an excuse to get the hell out. As soon as somebody's mother made cookies, or there was some excuse to say, let's stop playing and do something else, you're going to jump on that horse and get out of town so you can get a do-over. Because, your position sucks. That's depressing. And the truth is that somehow we're all supposed to overcome that, because some humans can live for this. This is all they need. I'm making snowball. Look, I throw snowball there. Ooh, it landed on my head. Ooh. They live for that. That's enough. Okay, one snowball in the air, on the head, there. Life is good. You don't need to do anything else. You can have cancer and chemo and all that. It's all worth it because you made a snowball. Or you farted. And because some humans can manifest existence in that bizarre shape, as that bizarre form of life, somehow we're all supposed to do that. Like, that's proof that that's the way to go, because that survived. Sorry. No sale. That's like playing the game and saying it doesn't matter whether I win or lose. What's the point then? Come on. You're not going to feed, so you're going to pull in some ego points. There's no real point. There just isn't. You can't. Well, I don't want to get to the whole philosophy of how life is fuel thing, but I'm just saying I want to get more to the discussion of what people feed on. So again, Anti-Kanta Vadis, some guy complaining about complainers. He's certainly doing it. He's complaining about people who have applied a standard to existence, and he makes no distinctions, though, between people who apply a standard that's 5,000-year-old batshit insane dogma and people who imply a standard from evidentiary logical deduction. So even though in his video he said this is a wonderful book about Dawkins' The God Delusion, he doesn't really mean that, because he certainly is insulting the flat-out conclusions of the book, which is that a preposterous number of human beings on planet Earth are full of absolute fucking shit. Their brain might as well be running on chocolate pudding or rat shit. It's mechanically broken by their preposterous ignorance and their silly, stupid, moronic conclusions. They are a car run amok because it's no longer obeying the rules of the road. No logic can be performed in a brain deluded out of reality. No important logic, anyway. No useful logic. If the logic is on false premises, it shall therefore break the brain in two. It breaks the brain into a useless pile of energy-consuming goo. Function, productive function, efficient function becomes a virtual impossibility in a brain substantially deluded. And getting it wrong when it comes to our creation, the forces that made us, is a huge breaking of the function. So anyway, I really want to get more to the subject of what does the fact that people don't find it intriguing. They don't have any hunger for either the mechanisms of good argument, like a really good argument. They still want to see a slapstick argument. They still want the Keystone Cops. They want the Three Stooges. They want absolute idiotic buffoonery. They want somebody to be beaten in a joke contest. They don't want somebody to win a rational, intellectual argument. And that should be quite disappointing to anyone who professes to have a little slightly educated or informed mentality. Anyone who, even knows what the word mentality means or something should find it disturbing that this is the nature of our culture, that thrives on idiotic contests of stupid skill, of whapping a tennis ball back and forth, or hitting golf balls, or running with footballs, or soccer ball kicking, even when it's really a really stupid sport. Like, let's pay for 10 hours, not to not. Yeah, great fun. It's just the fact that philosophy is outclassed in the competition for attention by stuff that silly makes you wonder. What are you defending here? What are you arguing in defense of? The human race is a grotesque monstrosity. And then once you have these people that do have some interest in this knowledge thing gained through logical argumentation, then they'll defend allowing the drunks and the hecklers and the son of mega slut into the conversation. Yeah, let's have some more of that guy who rags on what kind of ugly movie star you look like. And or changes every subject into "you're a fucking pussy." What? Why is that? Why would they say, "Yes, come all ye asshole"? Join the club of the argument. Just stupid. And they're all such hypocrites too, because if they had videos that only had 10 commenters, let's say, they'd be pretty irritated if the comment section has gotten dominated by a bunch of people changing the subject, like asking, how receding is your hairline, or whatever the cheap shottery will be. So it's always these people who don't bother with having to worry about a comment section just because it's got so much crap in it, no one would read it anyway. And the other hypocrisy is like Thunderfoot's hypocrisy in a way. He's not accepting video responses to at least his last video. So you're saying what? So you'll accept comments, you'll accept trivial counter arguments, but you won't accept any real counter arguments. What kind of bogus bullshit is that? So again, it seems like he's running from dissent. He's running from a critique. My video certainly didn't get into his personal life. It didn't call him by his first name. It didn't do any of that stuff. It just pointed out how, Thunderfoot, if you're going to make a video, maybe you ought to do a little bit better research on where a search engine is and whether any of them really exist anymore. And whether there's any mechanism intrinsic in the internet to create these things outside of capitalist horary. And maybe if there isn't, you shouldn't use metaphors like public library to describe the knowledge base. Because quite obviously, it's not a public library. We're not surfing a public internet. We're surfing a corporate algorithms interpretation of the internet. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. So anyway, just a general lament on the fact that there is so little of the human race that can engage in any kind of sustained, meaningful, substantive discussion of reality. They all too easily glaze over at the very prospect of having to think. They just want cute, or sexy, or funny. There just isn't any other meaningful expression existing in the universe beyond that mush. I guess I'll take the long way here. Gotta go check conditions and such. Well, I don't need an excuse anymore. I think that's enough of a video. But yeah, so obviously I gotta fall down in a more interesting way more often. I keep saying it. I just have to make the greatest video ever, and I had to just do it. Quit fucking around and get to it. But it appears to be more difficult than I thought. I thought I could just back into the greatest video ever, like backing into a dildo or something, and then it would be obvious how brilliant the video was, and I really wouldn't have to do any work. But I guess I will have to do a little bit of work and earn it. Just don't want to. Yeah. Earning seems like such a difficult thing to do. Alright, looks dry enough. Okay. That. So, enough of a video, I think. So, till the next time, and such. So forth, and whatnot. Guess I could go to the mailbox. Will that be fun? Maybe the greatest video ever will be me getting run over standing at the mailbox. Yeah. That'll be cool. It's mud. I could make fun of the mud, or it could make fun of me. I could just jump in the puddles. Just strip down and jump in a puddle and say something stupid, some cliche stupid thing. And yeah, I'm sure everybody will tune in for that video. Probably, maybe. What the hell is this car slowing down for? I love that. People, I guess he was afraid I was going to jump in front of his car. Or something. Ooh, this is like an official business letter. Summerhill Hills Bank. I don't have no frickin' 141, that ain't me. Who the hell is that person? Ain't nobody living there of that name. Whatever. I throw it in the mailbox. Anyway. Yeah. So I think that's it. I got good old junk mail. Yay. Value pack. Look, it's on Facebook. Find us on Facebook. Well, then why are you sending this crap in my mailbox? Why are you wasting money printing this shit I don't want? Oh, that's right. Because it works on the idiots, the morons, the people who don't realize that advertising, we all have to pay for it. We all have to pay more for everything so companies can compete with each other for our attention. It's completely stupid. Deer in the backyard there. See how close I can get. Hello. Not very close. Oh, there's Rudolph's mother. Hello, Mrs. Rudolph. Hello. How are the Munchables? Are you finding the Munchables adequate? Yes. Okay. Didn't like the service. Anyway. Oh, I've got so much shit to do. I ain't doing it. Gotta get go, boy. Go. so buried. I'm so buried behind being behind. I know it doesn't seem like it should matter, but I'm just saying it really is very bad. I really have let so many things go, and there's just no way I could care enough to do them. It's just like, oh man, I am just not going to get the job done. And I'm going to feel bad. People are going to look at me with a scowl on their face and say, Gary, I thought you said you'd do it. I'm going to say, oh, I thought I could do it, and it just didn't happen. Yeah, that ain't so bad. Yeah, I just find that very. I don't like being. I don't like not doing my job. Don't like shortchanging anyone in terms of commitments. Don't like showing up late. Don't like it. I've been showing up late for my life. Jeez, big crow. How am I going to show you this fucking mess? Anyway, till next time.